Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. What a great day this is to be able to celebrate the first year of operation of Educare. I well remember, Dana, the meetings that we had in my conference room early on when we were talking about having Educare come to the District of Columbia. And then the meetings that were conducted in order to be able to get this program moving. And then the groundbreaking that we had to get Educare going. And I remember saying that day that if I could get a fetus into a program, I would do that. Because honestly, there is no point that is too early for a child to begin the developmental process. It is interesting that at some stage, and I'm not sure why, we concluded that children should start school at age 5, when in fact 92% of brain development already has occurred by the time a child is 5 years of age. I want to congratulate the President, Ms. Jarrett, for having stepped out now to try to make early childhood education a part of the landscape of America. It's a commitment that we have made in the District of Columbia, and Educare is very much a part of that arsenal. We now have over 90% of our 4-year-olds who are in organized developmental education programs in the District of Columbia. We have 70% of our 3-year-olds, and we're working now to try to expand the array of programs that we have for children who are in those very early developmental periods, the infant and toddler stage. But Educare is an absolute model. It's a model of services being provided to very young children. It's a model of services being provided to children's families. It's a model of family support. It is a best practice in terms of how we serve children who are at the very early stages. It is a model of how we also develop teachers who understand how to serve children at the very early stages. Educare is now part of the toolkit that we have in the District of Columbia and will continue to be. We hope to be able to expand our private sector offerings to our young children and to our families, and we're going to continue to develop for our 3- and 4-year-olds programs in our charter schools. We now have 43% of our children enrolled in our charter schools here in the district, 57% in traditional DC public schools. And doesn't it make sense to have an array of services available? We should not rest. We made a commitment that by 2014 we would have every 3- and 4-year-old in particular in a program in the District of Columbia. We can't do it without Educare. The thing I hope, Dana and others, is that we not only continue what we have here today, but we determine how it is that we can expand the number of children who are served here at Educare. If you look at the Promise Neighborhood Initiative, and Alma, I want to thank you for your leadership in helping us do this. What is happening right here in Parkside, I think, will be a model for the nation. Educare is right next door to Neville Thomas. These children will be able to transition into an elementary school ready for kindergarten and ready for school. Right up the street, we are building a new health clinic that will allow us to further attack the scourge of infant mortality in this city and hopefully across this nation. We have gone from a point where our infant mortality rate was worse than some of our third world nations here in the city about 15 to 20 years ago. It was 22 deaths per 1,000 live births. Today, we are down to less than 7 with our infant mortality rate here in the District of Columbia. So let's continue to invest in our very young children, our very young parents, just like you heard Lila Mae just talk about. There are so many young parents who need the opportunity to be in a program like Educare. Let's make that happen, ladies and gentlemen. Happy first birthday.